good morning. And hopefully by this weekend, you'll actually be able to spend some more time outdoors and not be so miserable out there, because I know it has been hot lately and our temperatures are finally going to start to cool off, and it's happening just in time for the weekend too. So we still have today and tomorrow to get through, and then it should start to feel a little bit better. Downtown LA right now, you are looking at about 65 degrees. Temperatures still pretty mild once again today. Some areas a little bit cooler, so hopefully you'll feel that cooler air as you are walking out the door this morning. And then later this afternoon, it is going to be another very warm one. 85 in downtown LA, Inland Orange County 86, and then the Inland Empire and Valleys later this afternoon getting up to about 96. The hottest areas though getting up to about 101 today. 73 for the beaches. The mountains, you're going to be at about 83 degrees up there, and 104 for the high desert. All right, we'll be talking more about this cooling trend coming up here in just a little bit, guys. I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Brianna, thank you.
Yeah, good advice. Definitely, if you are not an experienced swimmer, to stay out of the water. That surf advisory is expected to expire tomorrow, so waves are expected to get a little bit smaller, and hopefully those rip currents will weaken quite a bit. So we will keep you updated on that. But definitely, if you have little ones, it's a better pool day today and most likely tomorrow. For the valleys, we are looking at another very warm afternoon, 90 degrees by lunchtime, and then later today at about 6 p.m., 91 still. So we're going to be staying in mostly some mid to upper 90s today, although a couple areas, the hottest spots like Santa Clarita getting up to about 101. The Inland Empire, mid to upper 90s, downtown LA at about 85, and then Inland Orange County, 86 degrees today. It's going to be mild and nice at the beaches, except for that high surf, 73 there, 83 up into the mountains, 104 for the Antelope Valley, and 113 degrees down into Palm Springs. All right, cooler weather is in the forecast. We're going to get a break from this heat, so I'll let you know when that's happening coming up. But guys, I'll send it back to you.
Brianna, thank you very much.
Listening to cassettes now. I don't even know. Wow, that's crazy. I don't even know if I have mine still. Yes, nostalgia. All right, good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday. We've made it to the middle of the week, and we have a beautiful sunrise here from Malibu. I'm going to take a look at the colors out there. It's just gorgeous. We have some clouds out there, mid to high level clouds, though. Not seeing many low clouds right now, but we did see the marine layer move into some coastal communities yesterday. Just from that specific point in Malibu, we're not seeing much. And anything we do see is going to be confined to the coastline and staying right around the beaches. Inland, we're still just seeing some of these high clouds that are out there, and we can expect to see that throughout the day today. So partly sunny with some cloud coverage, 72 degrees out into Burbank right now. It is another warm start this morning, not seeing much relief in those overnight hours, although a little cooler for some spots. We're at about 65 in Los Angeles, 69 down into the Long Beach area, 67 in Hawthorne. Pasadena at 65, Covina at 68. So luckily we're seeing a couple more 60s out there. So that's nice to feel that cool air when you're walking out the door in the morning, because it's been so hot in the afternoons. And then we're continuing to talk about the high surf advisory. So this has been a problem since yesterday. It's taken us all the way down our coastline, and it's going to be in place until about 11 a.m. tomorrow. Waves are expected to get much smaller tomorrow. For the LA County coastline, we have high surf of about 4 to 8 footers and a high rip current risk too. So strong rip currents, big waves. Advised to be staying out of the water if you are not experienced at swimming or surfing. So we're staying very warm today, tomorrow. We're just dealing with some hot weather. This ridge of high pressure is not going anywhere until the weekend. By about Friday, we will start to notice some differences. Should start to feel a little more comfortable out there. But until then, it's going to be very warm. It's going to be hot. Lake Elsinore, 98 degrees today. A couple areas are cooling off just a couple degrees due to some of the clouds we're going to be seeing out there. That's going to help us out just a bit. And then we also have an onshore breeze just right at the coastline. So that's going to be helping some temperatures, but not all of us. Other areas going to be warming up. 97 in Covina, 87 in Anaheim today. Santa Clarita is going to be getting a little warmer, up to 101 this afternoon. 97 in Northridge, 90 in Simi, and about 77 degrees in Oxnard. It's getting a little warmer there for the beaches too. LA and OC getting a couple degrees cooler tomorrow, and that will continue on all the way until we reach the weekend. And then we're just going to stay at about 80 degrees, which is very close to normal for us So it's nice to see that, and we're going to stay there pretty much through the beginning of next week at least. The valleys in the Inland Empire, hot today, hot tomorrow. That ridge isn't really budging until Friday now, and then we're going to see those temperatures drop to some low 90s. And then it's going to stay pretty nice all the way through the weekend into the beginning of next week. It's still going to be warm, but it's better to be close to normal than above normal. Beaches, 73 today, 72 tomorrow. We'll continue the cooling trend pretty much through the weekend, where we're going to be hovering right around 70. All right, we'll have your mountains and desert forecast coming up. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
Brianna, thank you very much. Let's take a look.
Multiple lanes shut down. It's a pain. All right, good luck with that if you take the 210 at all. And good Wednesday morning. We've at least made it to the middle of the week, and it is actually a really beautiful start. We're seeing so many beautiful shots from the sunrise this morning. And this is looking over Long Beach right now, where temperatures pretty mild again. It's about close to 70 degrees. As we head into the afternoon, it is going to be close to yesterday. Not too many changes in the forecast until we get into the weekend. About 85 in downtown LA, Inland Orange County 86. Another one of those days you're not really going to need a jacket as you're heading out. This morning it's pretty warm, and then later this afternoon it's going to be hot. So the valleys, the Inland Empire, getting up to about 96 degrees, but the hottest spots in the valleys and IE getting up to 101 today. The beaches 73, mountains 83, and the high desert about 104 degrees. It's been really hot out there, so just try to stay cool as best you can. We'll let you know when some cooler weather's in the forecast. That'll be coming up here in just a little bit. For now, we got Scott Reif, and he's got a look at... all right, good Wednesday morning, guys. We're the middle of the week, and take a look at this beautiful shot over the high desert of the sun coming up here, looking over Palmdale. We have some high clouds out there, not too much in the way of a marine layer. Anything that we see in terms of that is going to be staying close to the coast today, tomorrow. Then by the weekend, we might see it filter in a little further, and that's when we are going to expect a nice little cool down. But it is still going to be very warm today, already off to that warm start in Palmdale. You're used to stepping out the door there and not needing a jacket this time of year. 79 degrees. As I take you out to LAX, not seeing much cloud coverage here either. It's a little cooler, though, at about 66. 72 in Ontario. It's mild for the valley. Santa Clarita, 72 degrees right now. Woodland Hills, 76. 69 degrees in Fullerton and Chino Hills. A little cool, though, for Pasadena at about 64. Okay, so we still have this high surf advisory in place for our beaches through about 11 a.m. tomorrow. Waves are expected to get a lot smaller tomorrow, but we're still seeing some pretty big waves out there today, about 4 to 8 footers, and some strong rip currents too. So anyone who is not an experienced swimmer or surfer advised to stay out of the water on days like today. And then by late morning tomorrow, early afternoon, it should be getting a little bit better, but that could expire sooner, so we will keep you updated on that. All right, we are staying warm today, hot still over the next few days, and that's because this ridge of high pressure not going anywhere just yet until this weekend, and then it's going to finally start to move, and we will see some changes in the weather. So I'll get to that in just a moment in the 7-day, but getting you out the door today, it's just going to feel close to yesterday. Some spots cooling off a couple degrees, some warming up a couple degrees, and it's all because some of that high cloud cover that we're going to see today is going to help with some of that, and then we also have a little onshore breeze, but mostly just along the coast. And that's going to help cool some temperatures there too. 81 in Inglewood today, 97 in Covina, very warm, about 90 in Simi, 90 in Fillmore, 96 degrees for Ojai today, and about 77 in Oxnard. Los Angeles, Orange County, we begin to cool down tomorrow finally with some low 80s, and then get down to just about 80 degrees over the weekend. Now the inland spots, we're not going to be cooling off a little more until Friday. So today, tomorrow, still going to be very warm to hot, with the hottest areas getting up to about 101. Then by Friday, we're back down to some low 90s finally, and that's closer to average for us this time of year, so that's nice to see. That's pretty much going to take us into the beginning of next week. And then for the high desert, it is remaining very hot the next few days. We've dried out quite a bit, and so we're not really expecting any chances of thunderstorms back in the forecast until the beginning of next week. Temperatures are going to cool off a little bit, and then it's still going to be hot, but then we will have a 10% chance to see some thunderstorms there to kick off next week. All right, we have Scott Reif now. He's up in Arizona.
Forecast during the 6 a.m. hour with Brianna Ruffalo.
Yeah, good morning. Most spots we are seeing a lot of sun, but here in Santa Monica, you're getting a little glimpse of that marine layer that's not really going to move too far inland today or tomorrow. So pretty much just staying confined to some of the coastal spots. If you're in the South Bay, you might be seeing a little bit of cloud coverage too this morning. But other than that, we're off to a pretty mild start. Most areas you don't need a sweater this morning. It's going to be feeling very close to yesterday afternoon. Pretty warm temperatures and getting hot again in those inland spots. At 64 degrees in Santa Monica, though, it's cooled off quite nicely there. Downtown LA getting up to 85 today, 86 in Orange County, and then the Inland Empire and Valley, some mid-90s. Hottest areas getting up to 101 today. 73 for the beaches, the mountains, 83, and the high desert, 104 degrees. We do have cooler weather in the forecast, though, so we'll be talking about this cooling trend coming up in just a little bit. For now, we got Scott Rife. He's up Wednesday morning. It's going to be another very warm afternoon, especially for the inland areas. So for the IE, 10 o'clock this morning, getting up to about 85, lunchtime 92, and then later this afternoon reaching highs in the mid to upper 90s. 6 p.m. though, if you're getting off work at that time, still going to be 94 degrees and very warm. No need for a sweater there this morning. Temperatures staying pretty mild. Downtown LA at about 85, 86 in Inland Orange County, and then the valley is around 98 degrees with the hottest spots getting up to about 101 today. So we will still see some triple digits out there. 73 for the beaches, feeling close to yesterday. That goes for the mountains too at about 83. 104 degrees for the Antelope Valley, still being very hot there, and 113 degrees down into the low desert. Tomorrow, another very warm and hot day, and then we finally get to talk about some cooler weather by the weekend. So we'll let you know just how much of a cool down we're going to be seeing. We're very excited about it, guys. I'll send it back to you.
Brianna, thank you very much.
That's messy.
Oh, my morning's made. All right, good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday. Middle of the week here. We've made it, and it's going to be pretty nice this morning. You're stepping out in Long Beach. It's close to 70, feeling very mild. And you see a little bit of cloud coverage out there. Now, not only do we have just a little bit of a marine layer that's pretty much just staying close to the coast, we also have some high clouds out there this afternoon, too. So you can see a couple of them here out into Riverside, where it's already 72 degrees. Didn't cool off much from some low 70s for some areas overnight. Ontario, 71 right now, 70 down into Anaheim, also some low 70s in the northern valleys. Woodland Hills, though, cooled off to about 66, so that's nice, 64 in Pasadena. Okay, so we've been talking about heat this week, but we've also been talking about high and dangerous surf, too. So high surf advisories remain in place for our entire coastline for our region, where we are seeing some very strong rip currents and also some 4 to 8 footers. Those are some big waves. So whenever we have these in place, it's advised for anyone who is not experienced with swimming or surfing to stay out of the water. It looks like waves are going to get a little smaller tomorrow. Hopefully those rip currents will get a little weaker, and we will keep you updated on that high surf advisory. If you have little ones or you are not experienced with swimming, it's going to be a better pool day for you today. And it's going to be a nice day for the pool, too, because we're going to be seeing hot temperatures continue on. It's summertime. So we got this ridge of high pressure not really budging until we get into the weekend. But then we have some good news there, because it is going to be moving out a little bit, and then we're going to get some cooler weather just in time for your weekend. All right, it is very hot in Palm Springs today. It's 113 degrees. Temecula, though, at about 90, 97 in San Bernardino, and 98 in Lake Elsinore, Riverside. About 94 this afternoon. 87 in Anaheim, and about 96 in Pasadena. 101 in Santa Clarita, one of the hottest spots for the valleys today, and 97 in Northridge. Los Angeles and Orange County getting a couple degrees cooler tomorrow. We continue to cool it off all the way till Saturday, and then we just stay right around 80 degrees through the beginning of next week, and that's pretty close to average for this time of year, so that's going to be nice. Valleys and Inland Empire, we won't see the cooling really until Friday. Today is going to be hot. Tomorrow's going to be hot. Finally, low 90s return by the weekend. And the beaches, aside from the high surf, though, we have some nice temperatures with some low 70s the next few days. It is going to cool off a couple degrees, so we'll have a deeper, stronger marine layer as we head into the weekend. All right, we have Scott Rife now. He's up in Air 7HD.
With Brianna Ruffalo.
Yeah, good morning. It's going to be another very warm afternoon today. Not too many changes until we get into the weekend. So it's going to feel close to yesterday, where pretty mild start, and then later today we're going to be seeing some very warm to hot weather. At Disneyland right now, it's about 68 degrees. If you're headed there early this morning, it's going to be feeling really nice. And then it's going to get warm later today. Downtown LA, 85, and then Orange County areas in the mid 80s. Now the valleys, the Inland Empire, we're going to be seeing some mid to upper 90s, but also the hottest areas getting up to about 101 degrees today. The beaches will be mild at 73. Still pretty warm up into the mountains, 83 degrees up there. And then for the high desert, very hot, still at about 104 degrees for the Antelope Valley. Okay, we have some cooler temperatures in the forecast to talk about, so we'll have more on that coming up in an extended forecast. For now, Scott Rife, he's up at what a class act to see Kershaw like that. I mean, my goodness, good story there. Okay, happy Wednesday, middle of the week. Not many changes in the weather department, but we are looking forward to some cooler weather over the weekend, so that's going to be nice. We have a minor marine layer that is in place, so it's not too bad. Hasn't moved too far inland for most spots. Kind of just hanging out in some of the coastal communities where you can see it here from the Santa Monica Pier, and it's a nice 64 degrees there. As we overlook Irvine, you do see the sun shining a bit and temperatures pretty mild where it's close to 70. So we're warming up already to some low 70s. We have not cooled off much underneath that for most areas. For the valleys, the Inland Empire this morning, it's about 71 in Santa Clarita, Van Nuys, Ontario, 71, Riverside, 72. Pasadena and Woodland Hills got down to some mid-60s, though, so hopefully you felt that nice little cool down this morning, and about 68 degrees in Fullerton. So aside from some very warm and hot temperatures today, we've been talking about the high surf, too, that's happening this week. Waves are expected to get a little smaller by tomorrow, so this high surf advisory is in place till about 11 a.m. tomorrow. Still today, we have some pretty big waves out there, some 4 to 8 footers. We have some strong rip currents too, so just be safe if you are headed to the coast. We have a ridge of high pressure. It's not going anywhere today, tomorrow. Finally, by Friday, things will shift and we will start to get a little cooler, but it's still going to be very warm today. Again, all of our temperatures similar to yesterday, just about a degree or two warmer or cooler in most spots. 90 in Temecula today, 94 for you in Riverside, and about 84 in Irvine, 95 Ontario, and very warm 97 degrees in Covina, 74 in Redondo, and about 95 in Encino, 89 degrees in Thousand Oaks, and about 76 in Ventura. All right, Los Angeles and Orange County getting a couple degrees cooler by tomorrow, and that cooling trend will continue all the way into the weekend, where we get down to 80 degrees Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be a beautiful weekend ahead there. Now for the valleys and Inland Empire, we have one more hot day to get through today, tomorrow, and then by Friday it will start to get a little cooler. We're going to stay in the low 90s through the weekend. And the high desert is still very hot for the next few days, about 103 degrees today. We get down to about 100 over the weekend, and then by the beginning of next week, we do remain cooler, but it's still going to be hot, and then we have a small chance to see some thunderstorms there as well with some more monsoonal weather. All right, guys, I'll send it back to you.
Brianna, thank you.